Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Wendy.
I'm glad you can be here with us. And it's an interesting but kind of modern way of introducing you to our fellowship. So, because I'm struggling a little bit with a cold, maybe I could ask you to share with our members and friends who will be watching this video a little bit about your background, because you are our governance consultant for this year.
Okay, glad to. I could have said good afternoon because here it's noon. I live about halfway between Providence and Boston, which is where I've lived for a good while, though I grew up in Northern Illinois. I'm a lifelong Unitarian Universalist. I grew up in the Rockford, Illinois congregation. And I served congregations. I'm a UU minister, and I served congregations in Boca Raton, Florida, and in New Haven, Connecticut, before going to the UUA in the 1990s, where I was what was then called settlement director. It's the job now called transitions director. It's like running a big dating service between congregations and ministers. And I worked there for about 7 years and came out of that with a real passion and interest for being an outside helper to congregations. I was less excited about continuing in a bureaucratic role doing that, and so I became a consultant for a while on my own before I became part of the Alban Institute, which was at that time the best known consulting organization for Protestant churches, widely used by Unitarian Universalists as well. And I was the first senior consultant who was a Unitarian Universalist at Alban, and very interesting introduction there to a much wider range of congregations than I would have been able to reach as an independent. So I've worked now in 33 different denominational families of synagogues and churches across North America in a variety of areas. Most of my work is in strategic planning, though I also, of course, do a great deal about board governance too, and sometimes other things, occasionally fundraising, occasionally I work in conflict situations, and certainly have in the past more in those areas. So that's me. What else? I belong to a UU church where my wife is the music director here in Middleborough, Massachusetts.
That's right. And I think you're a member of the choir.
I am. In fact, yes. It's a requirement for me.
Well, maybe we'll get down to the kind of support and help that you are offering us this year.